Hello. So, I was power washing a fence earlier today and talking to myself, as you do. And during a break I had, I talked to my good friends, on a Discord chat that we got, and said, "Hey, I'm power washing a fence," and talking to myself like I'm a rant YouTuber. How's your day going? And then one of my good friends said, "Hey, you know what? If you actually made a rant YouTube, I'd listen to it." And then I said, "You know what? Fuck it. Why not?" So I power washed the fence for a couple more hours, and then got home, took a shower, ate some pizza, and now here we are. So what I wanted to talk about was Monster of the Week, which is a tabletop RPG system that it's really like dumbed down D&D, and that's not a knock to it. I think that's one of its greatest strengths, the fact that it simplifies a lot of the parts of D&D that seem like what do you call it? Scary to new people. That's probably a good way of putting it. Scary. Um, but yeah, character creation takes like 5 minutes. You're only ever rolling 2d6 for stuff. It's really nice how it dumbs it down. Another thing that I like about it is that it really gives the player a lot of agency in the world that the DM puts together. I guess I should say for context, I've been running a Monster of the Week campaign for that group of friends from the Discord I talked about. It's been going well. A learning experience, new DM and stuff, but it's been a good time, and I think they enjoy it. So I've been enjoying it. So fuck yeah, dude. Anyway, players got a lot of agency in it, and that's a good time. The fact that they have a lot of say of what actually goes on in the world, I think, is a good thing because it stops like Matt Mercer effect of happening of, hey dude, look at this fucking awesome, fully immersive, realized world that I got. You go talk to that baker man. He's going through it right now. His wife's thinking about a divorce right now. They're sleeping in separate beds. He won't tell you shit about it because that's unprofessional to do. But man, he's going through it right now. And then the player goes, "Yeah, what's that have to do with the quest? Fuck all, dude. But look at this fully realized world and all the time you could waste in it. That has nothing to do with like the story or whatever." And then you sit there like, huh, so how do we advance to the next point? And then he goes, hey, look at this bookstore. And it's kind of like what I like about my friend's D&D campaign that we started with, because I went to him and said, "Hey, dude, what if I was like a paranoid rat with a gun?" And he said, "Fuck yeah, dude. You're gonna go in there with an Astamar with like mommy milkers, Tiefling doing the Naruto run, uh, 12-year-old trapped in a dwarf's body, a skeleton wearing a suit of armor, and then whatever the fuck Popolo is." And I said, "Fuck yeah, dude." And he said back to me, "Fuck yeah, dude." And then we all said back to him as a party, "Fuck yeah, dude." And we're having a good time saving the fucking world. And that's good. Adrian, good campaign. You're a good writer. Love you, buddy. Um, but yeah, I think it does a good job of like giving you agency in that space, and that's fun. Um, I do have a couple complaints though about it. There's like kind of minor gripes about combat stuff. First that like I don't know if maybe it's just from DM's perspective I don't see it, but I really feel like getting across your character is getting better as time goes on at fighting monsters. If the more they survive is kind of a lot harder to get across in Monster than D&D. And that's one of the things that I kind of think D&D does better than Monster. It gives a like the numbers go up feels better when it happens in D&D compared to Monster, because in Monster you just take more moves and the occasional +1 to a stat. But D&D there's a very big difference between level 1, 5, 10, so on and so forth, and you feel it in combat, definitely. I think part of the problem is that Monster is hard health capped at like 7 HP basically, and I think the fact that that number is really inflexible makes it really seem like scaling as time goes on doesn't exist as much. Maybe that's for the better, if you intend to run a longer form campaign, but it doesn't like I don't feel like it's easy to get across player progression. Um, that's probably just a me thing. I'm not talking to my players after I finish this just to see what they think about it. The other thing that is also kind of weird from a combat's perspective is like, and I kind of want to mess with this on my own at some point just to see if like how this works. Is the fact the monster doesn't get a turn. How it works in monster is that the monster gets to react when a player moves. And that to me doesn't make sense because I'm supposed to be this big, imposing, scary monster, but I'm only ever given agency to do something to the players when the player does an action. And I feel like that kind of, I don't know, that doesn't make too much sense in my head. I was thinking about experimenting with it at some point. Maybe have a couple session where the monster has like a dedicated turn or whatever to move and kick some ass. Isn't just like I don't know. Roller Kick Some Ass just feels so fucking weird because like it just turns the monster into every monster into like a fucking porcupine. Like you hit it, it hits you back. It's like everything has thorns, and I'm not sure how fun that is. Well, I don't know. It's been going fine so far, and either way, let me backtrack this. Even though I do feel like the combat's kind of one of the weak points of Monster, like I don't feel like that's the point of Monster. I feel like I don't run a campaign. I don't feel like my players like come to play the campaign for the combat. I feel like they're there for the interactions between them, and maybe I'm biased because the players that I have as a DM are fucking fantastic. They are one pretty good at RP, and two just like happy to be there and play the game. And those two things are the best part of being a DM for a group. It's just fucking you sit down and you set them up, and then they can go by themselves, just having interaction with the characters. The fucking most rewarding part of being a DM is where I could just shut the fuck up and listen to my players just have interactions with characters. That's the best shit for me. I love that. It's so good because I think that's kind of my job, just like setting up a world and where they can have their interactions. Because that in my mind is the main driver of the campaign. But yeah, that's kind of it. I like Monster a lot. Please check out Monster of the Week. All the PDFs and shit are free online. Just Google it. Very cool. Very cool. All right. Bye.